This past weekend, my family and I, in January of 2026, went down to the Okafanokee Swamp, where one of my really good long-term friends, Dan Jones, is one of the lead naturalists there. I got to get a private tour, and he took us out, and we went down through the Okafanokee Swamp with a wealth of knowledge. He is just one of those people that knows anything and everything about everything to do with the outdoors. It's really, really cool. We were extremely grateful that we got to do that with him. And we just felt very lucky that we got to go out on this private tour. I'm going to teach you a little bit about what we learned, and we'll let the video explain some. We got Dan on here with a lot of knowledge just coming straight from him. But what an amazing experience. And we'll let the video play, and we'll read off some facts along the way.
In Ohio, we actually had the largest freshwater swamp in North America until it was drained. There was the Great Black Swamp, like on Lake Erie, and it's completely gone. It's all corn and soybean fields. They wanted to see all these big swamps drained, and that's what they tried to do with this canal, but it was a total failure.
So the word Okafanokee essentially means land of the trembling earth. It was a Native American word, just basically saying that the swamps peat mats are thick enough to support trees and vegetation, but they tremble when you walk upon them. Dan actually let us get out of the boat and walk on the peat mats, which was wild. It was like being on some kind of trampoline air pocket or something. But he's going to go through and like talk about some of the vegetation and some of the carnivorous plants now.
Land, or is that just like moss?
That is
that
peat,
like...
and so that's like out here in 15 feet below us, but it's all completely full of peat with just like 6 inches, a foot of water on top of it. And so this is all a peat bog, and that was a patch of peat that had floated up to the surface. You can see the lilies rooting out there, but oh yeah, you can see little green plants just now starting to sprout. So all this bare peat by the end of the year is going to be covered with plants like what we see right there. Land of the trembling earth. And so Okafanokee was talking about how when you're on this peat, it all moves around under your feet, like it moves and shakes underneath you. And this right here, watch this. If you step on this, it's all floating on the surface. Like, it'll hold my weight. I can stand on it, but you can see the waves going right through it. It's wild, and that's where Okafanokee comes from. Historically, people didn't boat out here. It was too shallow. So you just waded and walked through the swamp. But when you're walking on this, literally it all just moves underneath your feet.
Oh wow, but that does feel insane.
Yeah, you want to step on it?
Sure, I got waterproof shoes on.
So they were Native American tribes that were out here, lived in the swamp?
Isn't that wild?
Oh,
you'll get
it is. No, I got the
Who wants to step in the swamp? You
waterproof
got the right shoes on for it. Yeah, great. So yeah, like hold on to the railing. You can't jump down into it, but put your foot down. Isn't that wild? And it's all floating. Yeah,
you want to step on it, Dad?
In there.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I should also point out that there is a 12-foot alligator just feet away from us right now. He's not aggressive, and actually really cool story coming up about this particular alligator. But this guy is nuts, and yeah, it is a little weird putting my little child down right beside this alligator. He's probably, I don't know, like 50 feet away. So it's not like it's that close.
You know, we got pitcher plants and sundews.
We're pushing it.
Floating island with pitcher plants.
Yeah.
Right on them.
Really cool. You know about the pitcher plants right under? Because you're under.
Yeah, there were some we were going to stop and check out. Oh, there was like a little frog or something jumping around. That's a new iris starting to come up, so you can tell spring's already happening out here. There's so much cool stuff growing on these little things. This is St. John's wort right there, which is a really medicinal plant. And these are the remnants of the pitcher plants from last year. And all this just floating around right on the surface. You can push that right down into the water.
Wow. Yeah, that's so cool. It's so cool. It's literally just like a little foot. Well, the island.
Bladderwort, and you see like all these like little, there's like tiny little bulbs all over this. Those are bladders, and this is a carnivorous plant that's trapping little life in the water. And so it freely floats. It's not even attached to the bottom. And then it's covered with these little bladders. Like there's some of the bladders right there on my thumb, and you can see them really well in the water right there. Oh, here, like there's a lot of them right there. So it's covered with all these things. These little bladders, it pulls all the air and water out of it, and it forms a vacuum trap. So all of these right here, all these little pockets are little vacuums.
It's like little lungs.
And there's
Mom, it's secrets.
So there's a sensory hair and a trap door on this little bladder trap. And if a little like insect in there hits the trap, it'll pop open and the water rushes in to fill the gap, that vacuum, formed in the vacuum, and it carries the prey in with it. And then the trap snaps shut behind it.
No way.
And this has been timed at happening in 3/100ths of a second. This right here is the fastest plant on Earth. It's releasing nectar, and that attracts in insects. So they'll climb in the opening after that nectar, and then they realize they're trapped, and they look for light for the exit. But the hood covers up the exit point, and it stops rainwater from diluting all those enzymes, and all the white speckles on the back are called the window, and it lets light in at a false exit point. So light's shining through that window, and the insects crawl to the back where they can't get out, and they just get exhausted, and the whole thing's full of like these downward facing hairs and all these surfaces that force them into the bottom, and they just drown, and they get digested by that plant for like the nutrients. And this whole area, all this peat is just nothing but plant nutrients. Like peat, we put it in our gardens. We use it for potting plants. But without oxygen, like decaying it, none of those nutrients are available to the plants. So, there's nothing but nutrients around us, but there's a ton of carnivorous plants because they need bacteria to break that stuff down before it's available. And there isn't enough bacteria to do that. And so the pitcher plants are collecting like flying insects, and then on the ground we have what's called sundews and butterworts, and they have glue trap leaf surfaces. So anything that lands on the leaf will get stuck to it, and then fly traps will like snap shut really quickly. The sundews and the butterworts are like slow motion. Like as leaves or stuff lands on it, like over the course of a couple days it'll close in and then start like digesting everything in the middle of it.
Wow.
Life jackets. You already got one of those.
If there's not a lot of bacteria, is this like, is the water not have a lot of bacteria?
No, the water has like very little bacteria in it. We got it all sedimented back here, or else we could like take a good drink. But where we find cleaner water, we'll try to pull it up.
And then there was the
look
Spanish
at how
moss
clear the
part,
water
which is
is.
really cool.
Like it looks so dark, but it's not at all. And that's the peat on the bottom, like showing inches wide. They're 50 years old, and look at how wide its base is. Like that is such an old tree. It's crazy. The perfect bonsai.
And normally I would never drink water that looked like this, but Dan reassured me that these were all headwaters. There's actually nothing flowing into the swamp, so it is the beginning of something. So we took a drink of that pure water. And I gotta be honest, it was much better tasting water than what we experienced for the next week, where we went down and spent some time in southern Florida, where I cannot stand the taste of Floridian water. Sorry, Florida, but your water absolutely sucks down there. It tastes like a swimming pool.
Rooted into them, it's not taking any nutrients. It's just hanging from their branches, as a structure to grow from.
I didn't know if like it was like blocking the leaves from like getting any like sunshine.
Well, if you look up at the top of the tree, like it's not in the canopy, so it's not really harming the cypress's ability to get sunlight, and it doesn't really like kill most trees. Like so much of it can grow on there that it might break a branch or get so heavy that it causes it.
Next, we were out there looking for some of the really cool birds, including one of the rare birds that my son actually spotted. It's called the American Bittern. It blends right in with the grass, and we were actually moving past it pretty steady. I'd say probably around like 10 miles an hour or so, and maybe a little less. But we ended up going past it. My son spotted it, like something moving. We couldn't believe it, and I had to get right up on it and still couldn't see it. They had to actually point it out to me. The GoPro didn't capture the birds super well, so we just kind of go through this a little. But we ended up seeing several different types and species of birds, which I guess there's hawks and white ibis, and there's egrets and cranes and eagles and all sorts of cool stuff there. But this is the part where we're getting ready to start seeing a lot of the alligators as it warms up. At first juveniles, and then we run into a few monsters as well.
Look at all the white birds, Chad.
But they look almost identical,
See the white birds in the tree over there?
We found our first alligator of the trip, and because I got the video a little out of order here, but Dan was telling my kids that there's been like an alligator just ate one of the hunting dogs, like a local hunting dog, but I had actually lied to the kids and told them that there had been 5 kids eaten in the last month, so that, or like last year maybe. That way they would they'd have a little shiver down their spine. But Dan, in this clip, Dan actually is telling them it doesn't happen, and they're a little upset at me, but it was really, really funny.
Exactly. It's like if you follow the rules and you give them space, you can come out here so safely.
And now we're getting ready to come upon the big
big daddy of an alligator that my friend Dan actually was on Coyote Peterson's YouTube channel, and he helped him wrestle this massive alligator to the ground. This thing apparently eats other alligators. Like, no joke, it will just go and be super aggressive and eat another alligator. It's not aggressive towards humans. So I know I said previously in the video that it's not really aggressive at all, and it's not towards humans. But him and Coyote Peterson had a pretty good time wrestling this thing, and you can check that out. And Dan's on there on that YouTube channel as well. If you just type that in, Coyote Peterson, Okafanokee Swamp, alligator, yeah, he's on there as well. What a wild story. But yeah, we're getting ready to see that, and I'll let Dan take it from here.
Damn, this is my boy over here.
Oh, really?
This is the one that you and Coyote Peterson caught together?
Oh my god.
No way. Whoa.
Wow.
He's like 11 foot 2 inches and really heavy.
It's
a
on his
big
back.
boy.
So he doesn't get skittish when you caught him?
So for 3 months after I caught him, he wouldn't let me get close to him. He totally remembered my voice, and now he's like really chilled out and his behavior's gone to normal, but he wouldn't let me get close to him for a few months.
What's up with that thing on his neck?
That's the satellite tracker.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's got a battery life of 2 years, so it's not like a small one. And that's getting off constant location data. And you can see his tail tag. He's number 222.
That's cool.
And the tracker is going to get taken off in about 1.5 years. It has a 2-year battery life, so we'll have to come recapture him to take the tracker off.
So, how fast can alligators run?
They can run 30 miles an hour on land.
What?
But for short distances. But they're very fast sprinters. And that tells you like their whole predation style.
What is
They're
that in
what
the
we
water?
call an ambush predator. So they'll sit totally calm and still for hours at a time, like what we've been seeing. And then when they want to close the distance between them and prey that wandered too close, like they're lightning fast. And the same in the water and on land. Like they can, like they wait for something to just get too close to it and then like, haha, I'm not sleeping at all. In front of us, the forest is about to change like crazy. So for the last 2 miles, we've had several big recent wildfires, and then no wildfires at all have burned into this forest in front of us for almost 70 years. So you can see the huge difference that's made.
Yeah. So that's what this all used to look like.
Alligator right there, Jad. Look. See it?
Where? Right there?
It's right on the surface.
Right here.
Yeah, and most of them are never going to reach 12 years old.
12 years to reproduce?
Yeah.
Whoa.
It'll be faster in the Everglades. Like down there, you know, where it's uniformly warmer, they don't have a dormant period, and so they'll develop faster. And so it's not necessarily any type of age they need to be reproductive. It's a size thing. They're not going to be reproductive before 6 or 7 feet in length. So how long does it take to get to 6 or 7 feet?
And then since they're
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
the kind of day where they get crazy to stay.
One there and
Looks like a very
one
old
right there.
alligator up here on the left side. Not a huge one, but it looks like a very old one. And they wear their age just like people do. An old alligator is going to be very wrinkly, and you can see their spine a lot more. You know, the skin kind of starts.
His
sagging.
tail is on his
Yeah, I
back.
see him.
So do they all they all grow different sizes? Like, does the age, like, are they all one exact size?
No,
Like,
no,
can
they're
they
all
like,
going to be very different, and they have a lot of different personality and feeding habits.
one-
So some
I see one
alligators
right
might
there.
eat a lot more
see
and
one.
grow a lot faster, and some
Let's,
they can eat
flip
so
back.
little they might eat nothing and just never grow that. Like at least 8 feet, and this is an old alligator to be this size. So our biggest alligators are all males. This is still within the range where it could be like a really big female. But if this were a female, it would be a big female. This one's likely 8 feet long.
So that is a pretty big one then, huh?
Well, at least, you know, very mature. And it would probably be like 20 years old to have gotten this big.
No.
I keep seeing these like little skidding through the water and like little like plops.
Yeah,
Is
those
that
look like
fish?
little water, whatever they're
Like
called.
And
minnows?
right on the surface, there's a ton of what's called the eastern mosquito fish. These tiny little fish that are like 1.5 inches long.
Oh, I
and
see
they
that. I
eat
see it.
mosquito
Look,
larvae.
look.
Those are like
see it?
actually mature adults at that size. You can see this one's not even crawling out of the water, but it's got all its osteoderms up. It's getting its back up in the sun.
Jack, you're pretty close to an alligator.
Forcing him into this deeper water. So one of this size is really going to have to be careful in the spring because a bigger adult-sized alligator will gobble it right up.
Man, that's stressful.
That.
And like I said, they just freeze.
No way, Ender.
They're so well camouflaged.
Wow.
I didn't see it at all even when we backed up.
Jeez, dude, nice. What's it called again?
A bittern.
The American bittern, like bitter with an N on the end.
Wow, I can barely, I can't even see it on the camera. It's getting ready to fly away right now.
Oh my god. Right there, flying away, Jack.
Wow, dude.
Probably go over to the other side.
Hinder, Mr. Eagle Eye, what's up, dude?
Yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, that's such a rare bird. Like, birders travel all over to try to find those bitterns. They'll look 10 years trying to find
Hear
them.
that?
So
10 years they searched for that
And
bird.
people literally travel here just to try to see that bird, because the canal here with this grass is one of the best places anywhere to try to see a bittern.
Good job.
Yeah.
Well, that concludes our Okafanokee Swamp tour. Next, Dan let us get some bikes and hit the trail and go to some observation tower.
Right, grab
Really
some
awesome. Got to
snacks
see the
and,
really cool old estate, and we'll make another video for that as well. But thank you so much,
Get some
Dan,
bikes.
and Okafanokee Adventures in Georgia.